Well, America, I'm back, host of Humanity Matters. We were very fortunate to get family members of not one veteran, but two. But America, no matter what cemetery you go to in America, you inevitably find flags upon flags upon flags as far as the eye can see in many cases. And each one of these flags represents the United States veteran who served in the military. Many of these flags also represent men and women who died during wartime. Yes, men were the only ones in combat for most of our nation's history. But the nurses in the hospitals and doing other jobs during wartime and in battle have also perished for freedom. So I would ask you, the next time you decide to go to a cemetery, even if it's the time of the year when you can see not one American flag, look at some tombstones. And when you see a flag or you see a veteran, thank their spirit for keeping America free. Thank a veteran who has perished, especially on Memorial Day, both in 2008, 2009, and forever. Thank the spirit of a veteran who perished for the cause of freedom. But do not let that be the only person you thank. Find a living veteran or the family of a living veteran and thank them also. Because without these veterans, we do not have freedom. Without freedom, we do not have America. And without America, you do not have the freedom to go to your picnics that you go to on Memorial Day, the 4th of July, and Labor Day, amongst others. We are a free nation, but we must be forever vigilant. And in many cases now, we must fight legally and peacefully to maintain our civil liberties, our very rights that these men and millions have fought and died for, and fought and lived for. So America, on Memorial Day, 2008, and every Memorial Day, thank a living veteran and honor a deceased veteran. And also do this on Independence Day, the 4th of July, because Independence Day does not exist if it were not for our forefathers and those who were willing to succeed from Britain. Let us remember the true meaning of each of these holidays, and let us honor those who made our freedoms possible. Among these flags are fallen veterans who fought in World War I. Most, except a very few, are now deceased and they are in paradise. Many have been forgotten, but I will not forget the veterans of World War I, nor will I forget the veterans of World War II, Korea, Vietnam, and more recently, the Gulf War, and of course, Iraq and Afghanistan. Nor shall I forget the veterans of any of America's past wars. But among these flags are veterans of World War I and World War II, and even some from Korea. Yes, America has been in many great battles, and many have come to the aid and fought for freedom. We must remember these men and the women who served as nurses and in different capacities. We must remember our soldiers, our heroes, our preservers of freedom. And we must act now, those of us who are living, whether we currently serve in the military or we are civilian. We must act in unison, 300 million Americans strong, to ensure civil liberties for all people, freedoms for all people, and we must ensure that our country is secure from those who would want to hurt or kill us. So we do need security, but we cannot give up our liberty. For as a forefather once said, those who give up liberty in exchange for security have neither. These heroes were not willing to give up their civil liberties, nor were they willing to lose their freedom. So I ask all 300 million Americans to be strong, be ever vigilant, and legally and peacefully take up the call, take up the cause, and fight for freedom. And remember our heroes. I have one more honored round to attend, and you shall see it. I will be back shortly. Thank you, veterans. Thank you, heroes, for fighting for my freedom and for America's freedom. Friends and family, the soldiers you see here served us in the Civil War, also known as the war between the states. It was a war in which the very Union was at stake, whether the United States would survive or not. And we had brother fighting against brother, North and South. We had father fighting against son. It was a great traumatic battle. It lasted nearly 4 years. The Great Civil War. More than 140 some years ago, and it happened in the heart of America. Yet these men saved the Union.